welcome back to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here with Smackdown, where we have a good 5 weeks to build up to Smackdown's next pay-per-view breakdown. And we are going to have matches that aren't going to reach the quality of the last show, and that's straight up honest answer. And we have pre-show to start with, where we have SAS defeat Andrea and Varese. Nothing fancy. The pre-show, I don't know if we'll make over 50 on any. Okay, we should actually. Yeah, as you see here, Becky Lynch defeats Mary Dobson. Mary Dobson is the NXT Women's Champion at the moment. And as I said, we're trying to use the bigger names in a few matches. So we have the Psycho Ward picking up a win. And they're not a very good tag team, the team they faced, so that's a lesson learned. Charlotte defeats Evie, and that's good chemistry, that's good to see. If I ever build up Evie, that would be the person she goes with. Natalia defeats Sienna Duval. A nice, over 50, I'm happy. Anything over 50, I'm happy with pre-show. Paige defeated Christina Van Eerie. Again, another 64, good rating. And the main event was Ember Moon, again proving she's very talented versus Leia de Tapa. That is the main event of the pre-show. We jump in to the main show where we have Sasha Banks coming out, cutting a promo on how she's going to beat Bliss, and then she'll say she's beaten everyone. And Charlotte comes out and says, "You may have to beat this nobody, but first, after that, maybe, you'll have to face me, because I'll put your little hugging friend to bed once and for all at Breakdown," which brings out Bayley, and the main event set up Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. And as you can see, we've still got the turn on, still not going to happen. We have the Culture Club defeating Heartbreak Express. I went with this because Emma needs to start winning a few matches, and Summer needs to look good going into an Intercontinental title match. So I was quite surprised, it was quite a good rating. Afterwards, they start beating down Candice LeRae, and Paige makes the save. This is leading up to Paige versus Emma. Again, we're quite limited on what we can do on this show, because, well, the talent are all too divided. And next up, Asuka defeats Dana Brooke, and afterwards, Summer Rae attacks Asuka, holding up the title. Again, it's another really good rating. I'm surprised at this. The next match is Cheryl Evans defeating Billie Kay. They will be having a tag team title match. Forgotten Generation versus Dangerously Beautiful. It's another C+, good match. Next we have Carmella and Nia Jax in the ring, cutting a promo on Taryn Terrell and Ember Moon, saying that somebody should mind their own business where they get sticking their nose to Moon. And Carmella says, "Me and Nia, we're going places." So yeah, that's what we're going with. And that leads them to have a nice little squash tag team match against Leffy Bates and Shurua. Yeah, my pronunciations are going to be terrible for some of these. Carmella was the star of the show, which is surprising. Yeah, okay, 16, not the best. Asuka's backstage searching for Summer Rae, demanding to say she may have got a sneak attack on me, but she'll never take my title. Then we have Alexa Foss and Naomi getting distracted and losing to G Next. We got distracted by Angel Williams. No idea. Continuing the storyline faintly along. Then after there's a 4-on-2 attack. November Moon slightly more distracted by Nia Jax threat. She's leaving these two abandoned to take on these two, so they will need some reinforcements soon. And we have Mickie James defeat Aaliyah, and this happens when Taylor May tried to distract the fairies, and she hit Aaliyah by accident. Now Taylor May was someone else going to make huge, but has failed a few drugs tests. So she's going back down the card as punishment, a bit like what would happen in real life. Becky Lynch calls out Nikki, challenges her to a match, and that got an 85. So I'm going to have Becky versus Nikki. But Nikki has a match first where she beats Gail Kim. I was hoping for a slightly better match there, but oh, what the hell with that. Alexa cuts up promo saying, yeah, you keep talking about how you've beaten everyone, and I've worked my way up the company, beating everyone who's got in my way, Sasha. You could just be the next one who faces me and loses. I want that title. So we have Alexa Bliss, who has been beating Paige back to back on her way up the card, and she has been doing really well. Because in her main event, she goes on to beat Bayley. After Charlotte distracted Bayley, we lost a bit of heat. It's not terrible. Afterwards, there's a heated exchange between the four of them. Everyone's getting separated from each other. And it's an 85 to end the show, which could have saved us into the 80s. I'd like to hope so, but no, 78. Yeah, we can tell, as you can see, we're not quite as strong on this show. So we'll head back to the main screen and see where we are. And we're back at the main screen, as you can see. Mostly positive. Let's check how TNA did. I got a 66 with the Hardys beating Gunner and Storm in the main event. As we know, I cannot bring them back yet. We'll give Big Kaz a pay rise. If we can have one. Just a few signings, basically. Nothing over exciting in there. I think we will head to see how the storylines for Smackdown. Back in time. The women's title is probably my main attraction on this card. Which of course it should be. No women on there, which is disappointing. I might need to give Dana a few wins on the pre-show again. But otherwise, we're going to go straight off and we'll be back for Shockwave next. Thank you for watching.